What is up, you guys? Today's video is going to be about Scuff, the company. I thought it was really important for me to get my own opinion about Scuff out there. I know nobody cares, but it's my opinion, and I wanted to know, so thank you for watching. But guys, I wanted a video of Scuff to be out there of somebody who does not, is not partial to one side or the other, is not sponsored by, one of the other controller companies or sponsored by Scuff themselves, so it doesn't sway their opinion. So I wanted to give you guys just a basic, normal guy's opinion about a pretty expensive controller compared to the stock controller. So guys, let's get right into it. About a year ago my girlfriend purchased, sorry, she'd kill me if I didn't give her a call out on that. My girlfriend purchased my first Scuff for me for my birthday, and I was ecstatic. It was right in the middle of Black Ops 3, where boost jumping was kind of new and kind of crazy. And if you guys know, aiming and jumping at the same time is huge. That is very important, especially if you want to play competitive. It is monstrous. Okay, so after about 3 days of me getting my Scuff, I finally got used to using the paddle instead of a button. It takes a little bit to get your mind into it, but after I got used to it, I loved it. It was incredible. I felt like it gave me edge up on the competition. It was just a lot smoother and a lot more satisfying playing those boost jumps games, like flying around like Halo. A lot. It's super helpful. Having said that, the best part about Scuff seemed to be its biggest downfall for me, at least early on. The triggers that come with Scuff, which is, signature Scuff, that's why you buy a Scuff, were very, very brittle, at least for me, and from what I've been reading, a lot of people have had the same problems. So when you're pushing down on this, yeah, that one's missing, as you can tell, because it broke. But as you can see this right here, kind of a lot of bend to it, I know it's a harder plastic, and it doesn't feel like it'd be too brittle, but just that angle to where it has to, come over the lip like that is just, it's not good for it. So because of that, I went through, I want to say, 3 sets of paddles within a month and a half, 2 months, which is obviously not good. I don't have extra paddles on hand, so a lot of times I'm playing crippled, got used to jumping around, and all of a sudden I had to go back to using X, it sucked. Having said that, the replacement paddles are actually pretty affordable. They're $13, I think, for a full set of left and right, shipping included. So, I mean, it's not terrible, but like I said, it was kind of annoying to just, be in the middle of a match, maybe GBs, maybe a tournament, and just push down a little too hard and it snap. Having said that, the one I always snapped happened to be my crouch, which is my right hand, my dominant hand, my so-called stronger hand. So I don't know if I was just being super aggressive with my, sliding around, trying to get to places or what. Maybe I was putting too much tension out. Maybe it's my fault. But that was my big issue with this controller. Second issue. The run button. See my little left joystick there? Normally when Call of Duty you push it down to run, and a lot of times it was super sensitive. Sometimes it wouldn't work at all. And when you're trying to run and slide, that can completely mess up your timing. So just kind of more annoying than anything else, but it did suck, like I said, because this controller was expensive. So that kind of sucked. I didn't like that about it because that's not really an easy fix. Now the goods on the controller, like I said, it's awesome to be able to move around and aim and jump all at the same time, and they make really sick looking controllers. You have to give them that. They're really sick. You got a cool little grip thing, makes your hands not sweaty. I don't know, but they're awesome, and it's a whole new evolution of how you're gonna play if you play with a Scuff. Now, like I said, honestly, I would still recommend Scuff, at least that model. It was still really good. Some kind of annoying things, but like I said, I put a lot of wear and tear on this controller, so it did last pretty well for what I was doing to it. I dropped it multiple times. This thing went through hell. I played with it for hundreds of hours on end, probably. The L2 button, that was my fault. I just wanted to pry it up just to fuck with it one day, and I did it too much and it popped off. That's on me. Now that brings me to my second Scuff. I recently, a couple weeks ago, bought my second Scuff. It's a newer model. I was really excited because I added some new features into it, and I wanted to kind of test it out to see, if it was actually better. The new one, or the older model, which I was already, in love with. So let's see if the newer model was good. So for my second model, I got this bad boy, which you can see is sexy as fuck, okay? I got the gunmetal gray, I think that's what they call it. That's what I call it. I got green joysticks, green buttons, green triggers, and green military grip. If you notice, this grip is completely different from this one. This one's more smooth. This one, as you can see, is very coarse. Not coarse where it'll hurt your hand, but definitely has some actual texture on there so you can grip it. And that's awesome. Like, it is really cool looking. And not to sound weird or nerdy, but it actually does give you more grip. I don't know how important that is for a controller, but it's noticeable. Also, I took out the vibration, the little vibrator in it, so if I get shot, I don't feel it. I took that out in the old one too, and I would recommend it because I don't really miss it at all. Other than like when you're shooting in a gunfight or whatever, you don't feel the vibration. And I thought it messed me up. I don't know if I'm just being an idiot nerd, but that's what I thought, so I took it out. And I don't regret it, it makes it lighter. It's not a big deal either, but it's just cool. I like it. It's unique. So, another one of Scuff's new features, guys, is what's known as a trigger stop. Okay, let's see if I can show y'all right here. You see this little tab? Let me show you that side. It's better. That little tab right there underneath. Yeah, you turn that, and it actually stops your trigger from going down as far. So for like burst weapons, it gives you a faster burst, and it just like your controller reads it, so you can just it's so faster. It's awesome. I don't really use that. I didn't really it didn't really fit me, but I completely understood the players that would use it, and I do like that I have that option in case a gun comes out that I really want to use that with. Now, for my personal probably favorite feature on this controller is what's known as a hair trigger. Now, if you see these triggers, you pop it off. Let me just snap it. See, really easy to do. Love that. You see that little hole right there where my R2 is? That is what's known as a hair trigger. So I put the tool they give you, screw it in, left, right, whatever, to make your trigger more sensitive. Now, I would advise going to custom match because you can make it overly sensitive like I actually did. So, sit around and mess with it for a while. You should be good. Although, you want to make sure you get it to where you don't accidentally barely touch it and it sprays like mine was. That could suck at a GB because then it gives away your location. But other than that, really awesome, really good. They actually came with trigger extenders too. It's like an extension of your actual trigger. Let me grab it off the shelf real quick. Show you guys. Should have had that ready. That's my fault. So trigger extenders. You see how long these are? Let me pull up the other ones. How long that is compared to that? Huge. Like that's a huge difference. I thought they were kind of ridiculous. I didn't want to use them. But obviously to each is his own. I wasn't a big fan. So, let me pull out some other stuff. So, this key right here is actually what I was telling you guys about. The switch out, little itty bitty thing to switch out your triggers. Really easy, just slide it in the holes right there. Right there. Pop the 2 screws out, place a new one in, tighten it. Make sure it's not too tight. That actually causes it to break in itself. Excuse me. And I actually went for another option on my Scuff, guys. If it sounds like I'm running through this video, I'm really sorry, but I've already recorded the whole thing once and it got deleted, so I'm a little annoyed. So I also got the electric remapping, which simply means, let's say for this is O for me, that's X. I can actually switch those around and make them any button I want, which is really cool. I'm not going to switch them around for Call of Duty, but if, the new World War II comes out and something else is stupid important, the button, that's really important to hit, I might switch it, might play around it for a bit, but simply it's just a magnet that literally like sits on my controller and I just turn it. So that's also super cool. But now for probably the coolest part about this controller besides the hair trigger, in my opinion, because I mean, it's like they made a controller to, that doesn't get broke because I'm a jackass. Like they made an anti-Mustang controller. It is awesome. So remember my old problem with this one right here? You know how it wouldn't run? They actually settled that for me, fixed it for me. Pretty sure they did it just for me. Your joysticks in this, snap this little bad boy on it, twist it, and they pop out. So I can actually, switch joysticks. I actually use, God, I can't think of what they're called. Control Freaks. Sorry, Control Freak? Not that they're sponsoring. Don't worry about that. Just felt bad for butchering their name. Control Freak. I use Control Freaks normally, which give me a little rise on my controller. But you can actually just switch these bad boys out and get an automatic rise. Like, get a higher joystick automatically. And I didn't do that, but I thought that's a cool option. So, if I ever want to just get new joysticks, just pop it out, put a new one back in, switch my colors, whatever I want. That is a really cool option. Hopefully, it'll prevent me from not being able to, from not being able to run in the future. That'll be awesome. I'm really looking forward to seeing if that works. Slightly, I don't, want it to break, but whatever. But like I said, guys, the newer model is definitely 10 times better than the old, and the old one wasn't bad at all. I've played with this one for about 3 weeks now, and I'm in love with it, man. It looks gorgeous, sexy. It came pretty quick, about a week and a half, and there's a lot of customizable options out there for Scuffs. I do wish that they would allow a little bit more, maybe put, some text, some logos. That would be cool. But overall, it's a pretty sweet controller. This controller ran me for about $170, I want to say, which is pretty good considering the controller itself that I actually, in the beginning, it was supposed to cost $240, but they're actually having a special now where you do whatever you want with this controller for like $170. Again, not sponsored. Do whatever the hell you want. I don't care. This is just my opinion. I honestly love Scuff, guys. I have not tried the other controller companies, so this is not me comparing them at all. This is just Scuff itself. For right now, Scuff is simply just beautiful and perfect, and it just harmonized with me in a way that I didn't think a controller could. That sounded super gay. Ignore that last part. Anyway, guys, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Sorry it's kind of long. Like I said, I'm just rambling because I already did this video, but hope you guys enjoyed it. Leave a like, comment if you want, sub. It's up to you. Do whatever the hell you want, and I'll catch you guys.